We're in today with two GTS 450. This video card was launched in 2010. It's got 192 shaders, 1 gig of VRAM GDDR5 running at 850 megahertz on the core clock and 950 megahertz on the memory clock with 128 bits bus width at DirectX 11. I'm going to pair it up with this i7 4th Gen. I'm going to see how this setup is working. I think this is the cheapest SLI setup for DirectX 11, and I think it's worth it because they are cheap, they are available, they are everywhere. You know what? Listen, let's jump in a couple of games and let me show you how they are performing. All right, let's start with GTA 5. This is going to be interesting. DirectX 10, 1080p, FXA. I'm going to leave it on for the edges. And I think everything is on normal. Fantastic. Let's take a look and see if frame scale is on. Nope. Let's jump in and see how it's working like this. We got 800 megabytes of VRAM. So we're in GTA 5. This is crazy. It looks very interesting. I don't know why is it. This is Armageddon weather. Seriously. Look at this. Regardless, look at my SLI. SLI is complete. I really like how the GPU is performing in SLI. Two things I'm very proud. One, the core load, it's ideal. 90% load on the core, 64 degrees. Oh my God, so I cleaned the thermal paste on both of the GPUs so I can see how they are running in SLI. And it's on automatic. Let's go into the garage and see how the performance is there. In the garage, apparently 950 megabytes of VRAM, 95% load on the core. This is actually interesting. 65 degrees. I'm very proud of the temperature, how it's running. Only 40% power on the fans. So that is something impressive. Okay, let's go to the casino and see how we are holding there. 70 FPS on average. Dude, this SLI is crazy. It's not crazy, it's bananas. I've loved every minute with this SLI. So I'm not gonna lie, 940 megabytes of VRAM, it's kind of interesting to see. Do I recommend this SLI setup overall? Yeah. Apparently, if I lock it to 60 FPS, let's lock it to 60 FPS. Let's see how it looks. I want to see if I lock it to with VSync, how much it will give me, because I'm on 95% load on the core and I want to see if it's working. The performance is good. Now it's on 60-70 FPS. It's kind of nice to see this setup like this. 60 FPS is good overall. So everything dropped down now. 900 megabytes of VRAM, 60-70% load on the core. This is exactly what I want from this setup. Best game ever. Modern Warfare 3. Let's see how the setup is holding this game. All right, look at this. What a nice performance. 91 FPS on maximum. Reaching maximum FPS in this game. This is kind of cool to see. I want to do some kills. I'm very grateful for this setup. It's kind of interesting to see a setup like this. So the GTS overall is doing great. 80% load on the cores. It's got like 63 degrees on the cores, only 40% load on the fan. Nearly 600 megabytes of VRAM utilized in this game with 80% load on the core, 91 FPS average. The frame time is very linear. Everything is good with this setup, but I don't understand where are the people, seriously. I can't see any glitches, everything is good. I'm on maximum details with this on 1080p and everything is working nice. VRAM is utilized perfectly, the core is utilized perfectly. You know, the settings is on maximum, you know, the resolution is good. If you have the right people in the game without people using any software and cheats and stuff like that, I think the game is fantastic. The game is old, the GPUs are old, the scaling is great. It's like the whole setup is made for this. Look at this. I want to see the kill because... okay. Okay, he came for the fire. Yeah, was just collateral damage. I like the game, you know. It's kind of freaky to see this game running like this and performing like this in SLI. Is just pleasure to have the opportunity to play like this. All right, let's test Black Ops 2 and see how it's working with this SLI configuration on 1080p, apparently on maximum details. Let's see Black Ops 2 how it's working with the setup. Is maximum core load on the GPUs and can expect nothing else but high FPS rate, nice frame time. I did a little overclocking on one GPU, but actually, it was 780 megahertz on the core clock, and this one had 150. So I just put it on both on the same frequency, same voltage, same everything, because it felt like I was not. It was not justice for this video card. I'm not gonna lie, I have better FPS because the moment I left it on automatic, it was, let's say, 180 FPS. The moment I done the overclocking manually, the whole GPU became on the same balance. It felt like they were unbalanced without the overclock. So I had to manually adjust the clocks in order to have the same frequency. One was 850 and the other one was 780 or something. The memory and the core clock was lower than the first video card. But now, manually done, everything is fantastic. Everything is working flawlessly, hundreds of FPS overall, good temperature, 60, 67 degrees with only 40% power on the fan. I made a kill with Uzi. He was behind me, look at him. Only 2 people and I managed to... What's that? I don't want this. Why I want this? Damn, I mean, okay, I want this. Why I want this? I don't know. There is no denying I need to jump into Battlefield 3 in order to see how the game is performing, yes? I think I'm on, let's see the options we got. Video, 720p on low details. Alright, I'm very curious how it performs like this because I'm seeing hundreds of FPS and I want the same FPS like I had in Black Ops in Call of Duty. 60-70% load on the cores, that's actually good. 66-65 degrees on the cores, not very loaded. I mean, it is that temperature because it's loaded on the core, you know. So actually good performance when it comes to two GTS 450s. Can I see somebody to shoot? Seriously, I don't know who I'm shooting, but I'm shooting randomly there. No, I'm actually surprised it's only using 600 megabytes of VRAM. So the core, the frequency on the memory is good. The frequency on the cores is fantastic. Only 43% on the fan speed. That's actually good, you know, but you can actually see that the temperature is coming because of that, you know. 80-90% core load and is delivering this amount of entertainment. Should we try 1080p and see if it's holding like that? Let's see, I'm actually curious. This is 1080p. Apparently we still have hundreds of FPS. Looks much better, but now the core is mega loaded and I'm afraid about this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm afraid about this performance because sometimes it just drops below playable FPS. And it's not okay in those situations too. Why they... L-am văzut pe ăla. Overall, satisfying, you know, to see this video card perform like this, to see this video card in SLI perform like this. I have no problem with the VRAM apparently, the only thing is the core. Now in order to distress the core, I go into the options, video, and I use VSync on. So 60 FPS on the VSync, 50-60% load on the core. That's how you stabilize the cores, you know, that's how you distress the core. If you want to play Battlefield 3 and you say 60 FPS is enough, that's it. You put VSync on, 2 GTS 450s in SLI, it's actually doing the job and it's freaking awesome. Let's test Singularity and see how the setup is working here. I got maximum performance in the game and I will activate and see how it's working with VSync too. I want to see the maximum performance from the GTS SLI and then we're going to see how it's working with no stress on the cards. Okay, so we actually see like 70-80% load on the cores. The GPU it's holding pretty well, 66 degrees on the first card with 44% fan speed, like Sting Pack. Sounds like Fallout actually, because it's on the same page with it. No, the performance is kind of good with this game. It feels like Fallout. I'm not joking, seriously. It feels like Fallout and the GPUs are doing a fantastic job. Like in some cases, it's 300 megabytes on the VRAM. Not that bad, you know. Wish I had more utilization from the VRAM, but it doesn't matter. Oh my God, it looks so cool. E99 Tech. Okay, was that a mini nuke or something? That was the whole thing in Fallout, you know. But regardless, I like how it's working. Let's see how we doing with VSync. If I put it on VSync, how it's performing? 30-40% load on the cores. You know, 65. You can actually see that the temperature is going to stabilize. The GPU won't use that performance on the core and the memory. I mean, I set it up manually, so I'm guessing that's why it doesn't go down. So yes, does it look like Fallout? Yes, definitely looks like Fallout, and it's kind of cool. Let's see how Syndicate is working with this setup, with this GTS 450 setup. They're on texture filtering, not maximum, actually medium or something. Oh, medium details. I don't want to max it because I already see that 99% load on the core. So I'll keep it like this with medium details, 1080p. I'm gonna see how it's rocking like this. So let's see how we're doing. 352 megabytes of VRAM. Look at this. It's brilliant. It looks so nice even on medium details. You can actually see the details and looks okay, you know. Looks okay. It feels like 2012 Cyberpunk. The details are okay. Yeah. The game is looking really great, you know. It looks really great. On the GPU side, I have maximum core, and I'm not gonna lie, you can actually feel it on the video card. 68 degrees, apparently it's heating up the cores now, reaching 70 degrees, so it's still on automatic fan. You can actually see now it's reaching nearly 50% fan power in order to maintain that GPU under 70 degrees. Get to the chopper! Oh, this is so cool. How much bullets you have? Yes. Let's try GTA 4 and see how it's working on maximum details with this setup. I'm just curious to see how it's performing, and I'm gonna put it on lower detail just in case it lags. It lags. So I got maximum details. Yeah. A huge lag, so the setup is not holding pretty well because I actually thought the VRAM will be utilized, but no, it's not being utilized, and it's a bit concerning because actually it's being utilized. 950 megabytes of VRAM. So I want to see how the GPU is performing with maximum details. It's kind of horrible. Every single thing here, it's bad. Even the VRAM managed to reach maximum load. The core is loaded, the GPU's memory is loaded, every single thing. The system RAM, even the system RAM is using 6 gig of system RAM, and it's nearly 50 watts consumption from the CPU. Let's put back everything on low details. Okay, theoretically I'm on low details. It should be much better now. So I got like hundreds of FPS. So on maximum load, it doesn't work. If you put it on low details, you can actually see that the game is working on this SLI. I mean, come on, it's working in GTA 5 and it doesn't work in GTA 4. Oh, it's really, really stupid. But when it comes to mechanics, GTA 4 is the top tier, seriously. But it doesn't matter. The whole point is to have this game on maximum details, but in this situation it's not possible with the GTS 415 SLI. Maximum details, no. You can put it on custom. I just went to see maximum and low details to see which one is the difference. So on the maximum, you can literally load the VRAM completely, the core completely, and yeah, it's not fun to stress the system like that. Now, if you're on low details and you activate VSync in GTA 4, this is gonna be interesting. Let me explain why. 200 megabytes of VRAM, 30-40% load on the core, and look at how nice it's distressing the core and on the temperature. Only 42% power on the fan, and it's keeping it on around 64-65 degrees. This is what you want from a setup like this. Kind of good setup, and I think this is the cheapest SLI setup you can buy from DirectX 11. I mean, we tested different video cards from the 400 series. We tested a couple of, actually you have to test more 400 series SLI. But I think if you want to buy a DirectX 11, this is the best way to start with GTS 450 in SLI. this is the cheapest because you can find them really cheap. They can be easily overclocked, memory and core to reach a specific, like this one, 850 megahertz on the core clock and 950 on the memory clock, and you can have a lot of fun. I'm 100% sure everybody's got cheap video cards like this on their local websites where you can buy them. Do I like the GTS 450, how it's performing in SLI? Yes. Do you think it's good to play in 2023? Yes, because we actually play with this one GTS 450, and you can actually see, you can find light games that actually performs. If you have a newer operating system, I'm 100% sure you will still be able to use this SLI with those specific games. You need to put those old titles in order to benefit from this video card's SLI. If you want to play newer games that are not SLI compatible, I think you can play with it, but yeah, DirectX compatible, DirectX 11 compatible. That's it. If you are willing to put just a little effort to select those proper games for the setup, I fully recommend this SLI setup because it's interesting, it's cheap, and a lot of fun.